The senator representing Rivers West District and the chairperson of the Senate Committee on Affairs, Mrs. Betty Epafi, during an interview said that the rate of insecurity in the country will affect women's performance in the upcoming 2023 general election. In her own words, the more you have insecurity in the nation, the more difficult it is for a woman to win an election because some unscrupulous politicians will take advantage of the situation. Security, a stand as the state of being free from danger or threat. Article 3 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights states that everyone has a right to life, liberty, and security. The 1999 Constitution of Nigeria is amended in Section 33 states clearly that every person has a right to life and no one shall be deprived intentionally of his life. Likewise, Section 14, subsection 2b states that the welfare and security of the citizen shall be the primary purpose of government. This is clearly without any form of gender bias. The female gender in Nigeria is often pushed aside when it comes to matters that concern leadership policies and decision-making of the country. This stems from religious and cultural inclinations. Many women in Nigeria have been wired to think that the female gender must in no circumstance be at the same pace as a man. A cliché in this part of the country, the man is the head and the woman the neck, addresses how deep patriarchy has spread and dominated all spheres and activities of Nigeria. It spreads across private and public sectors, the church, mosques, offices, and associations. This means that the woman or women who dare to put themselves forward to engage in politics are more often than not open to attacks, threats, neglect from their family, and even society. Some of these forms of violence include and are not limited to harassment, physical and online bullying, rape, sexual harassment, derogatory comments with the intent to ridicule and dent the image of such women, intimidation by their male counterparts, and assassinations. I spoke with the national women leader of the Action Alliance Party and one-time gubernatorial candidate of Delta State, Esther Ezebuhari.
Women in politics, we are suffering. We are suffering. We don't have voice. When you talk, they harass you. They harass us verbally. They bully. In fact, they bully us. A lot of women, they're not going to say, some are being raped, some are being threatened because they cannot come out to shout. A woman can go to, maybe go and meet somebody, okay, I need security. The person you are going to go and meet that, okay, I need security, that's the person will not start talking to you. Then by the time you say no, will that person give you security? But if women, I'm not saying that all men, but if women are the top of the affair in this country, if they should allow them, when I go and meet my fellow woman that, this is what I'm going to do, I need security, I don't want to be molested, I don't want to be raped, the woman will understand because she will just say, I beg you, let's protect this woman.
In the just concluded 2023 election, out of the 15,307 candidates that contested all elective positions, only 1,550 were women. There was only one female presidential candidate and no female vice presidential candidates across the 18 parties that contested the presidential elections. 73 women were successful out of the 1,550 women who contested various elective positions in the 2023 polls. A journal of the Social Sciences and Humanities by Uche Efure stipulates that through organized and established violence in elections and the failure of the security community to police the elections in Nigeria, many women were scared away always from participating actively in the electoral processes, thereby leading to underrepresentation of women in elective positions. It is not new that cycles of elections in Nigeria are often accompanied by violence and loss of lives and properties. The report by the European Union Election Observation Mission to Nigeria in the 2023 election speculates that the election was marred by orchestrated violence, widely assessed by stakeholders to have been strategically used to subvert the process and manipulate the elections.
And also the security problems that were experienced on Saturday make it very difficult for people to participate in these elections, and therefore reduces inclusivity, the capacity of people to exercise their democratic right to choose the government, and disenfranchises so many people.
A look at the case between the governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, and Natasha Akpoti, the senatorial candidate of the People's Democratic Party for Kogi Central. Natasha Hadiza Akpoti is a Nigerian barrister, social entrepreneur, and politician. In 2023, Natasha contested for the senatorial seat to represent Kogi Central Senatorial District in the National Assembly under the umbrella of the People's Democratic Party, a fierce battle between the female aspirant and an anointed candidate of the incumbent governor. Before the election, Senator Natasha had called out the state government for attempting to disenfranchise voters.
I met the Adavi local government chairman running away the moment we came in here. And this has happened on all other roads. So that means I am trapped in here. And if we do not cover these roads, if we don't cover these roads by tomorrow, it will be impossible for INEC to get their materials down. It will be impossible. So I'm calling on the president, I'm calling on all the service chiefs to call Yahaya Bello to order. If he's going to lose, and I know he's going to lose, he should lose honorably. As a matter of fact, Yahaya Bello, you're not on the ballot. So what the hell is your problem? Why are you fighting so hard? You have done, you have served, you're completing your 8th year. That is the 2nd term. What exactly are you looking for? Why are you fighting the people? Why are you deploying guns? Yahaya Bello, why have you sewn many fake uniforms and equipped your thugs with machine guns? Why do you want to kill your people? Yahaya Bello, what use is trapping all of us in here?
Natasha, although filed a petition challenging the victory of her opponent, lost the Kogi Central Senatorial seat. Another case of violence is that of Victoria Chintex, the women leader of the Labour Party in the Kaura local government area of Kaduna State, who was killed by unknown gunmen who invaded her residence in Kaura. It was alleged that Victoria's death was not a mere coincidence, but a premeditated assassination. Upon her death, Victoria Chintex was seen with other women in the community singing songs that promoted an opposition party vying for the presidential seat.
He is really coming to save us if we wisely cast our vote. I am telling you, Peter Obi will save us. Peter Obi will save us. Peter Obi will save us. In Nigeria, Peter Obi will save us.
While advocacy is ongoing to see that women who actively participate in politics are protected, there are underlying issues such as intimidation, and in most cases, women are forced to step down for their male counterparts, as seen in Adamawa State, where Nigeria's citizens and international communities had celebrated the emergence of a woman as the governor of a northern state, a story that will go down in history. Even after giving her acceptance speech, the Independent National Electoral Commission retracted the declaration of Senator Aisha Binani emerging as the winner of the Adamawa State governorship election, thereby declaring the election inconclusive. Also, Uju Kennedy, the only female All Progressive Congress presidential aspirant, stepped down for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the party's special convention and presidential primary last year. Another case was that of some Nigerian actresses Kate Henshaw and Chioma Akpota, who had gone out to exercise their franchise only to return with tears and regret, as according to Chioma, she's had to depend on the men who accompanied her to the polling unit for safety. a one-time aspirant for the House of Representatives for Calabar Municipal Constituency, Kate Henshaw, who doubles as a veteran in the Nollywood and filmmaking industry, had also gone on Instagram Live to vent out her frustration while trying to exercise her right to vote. I went further to speak with Hajia Halima Idris, a politician and the Secretary Arewa New Agenda. She gives an insight on what must be done by the government to ensure the safety of women during election.
Women, we are more concerned about safety, protection of our children, our environment, our men. So when a woman is in that sector, she can feel and tell you, and her intuition is very strong. She could feel what the man will not feel. Okay, sir, let's do this, because I feel, that is the word she use. I feel this would save us, this will do this will do that. I've seen women, active in the security sector, and honestly speaking, they are doing perfectly very well, just that they are underappreciated. When a woman comes out, especially in the northern part where I come from, it's very hard for a woman to be allowed, to hold some certain positions due to culture. Some, they use cultural reasons, some they use religious reasons. But still yet, few once in a while you see. But it's not good for a society, for a woman not to hold an elective position. Because if you are part of the system, especially if you're a House of Rep or a member House of Assembly, the decisions that will come out of that state will have a feminine voice. And that woman's voice is very important for a society. So it's not really good, honestly speaking. And this is one thing we really have to change. Even if it's very embarrassing to have 28 men in the state assembly without a woman. And so many of these northern states don't have any female member amongst them. So how then do you make decisions that go around, domestic violence, physical abuse for children, education, this and that, without women bringing in their own contribution? Is it when a man goes home that he will start asking his wife, tell me this, tell me that, and then tomorrow they will say, women don't know anything, women are weak, women are stupid, women are do this? No. Decisions like that, they need to involve women. And it's not just as a commissioner, but you have to be part of the policy making, which is making the rules, or whatever name you call it. A woman has to be part of it. That is just the honest truth.
Beyond physical violence, female participants in politics are disproportionately targeted online as well, where they confront an onslaught of harassment on social media. Honorable Esther says she knows many women who are fit to become great leaders, but will never vie for any political positions because the men in politics will not have it. She considers fear and vulnerability as mitigating factors towards the success of women participation in politics. She adds that women themselves have to unite against intimidation, harassment, and attacks in order to ascertain security during elections.
Government people, they believe it, they are traditionalists, they believe in all this rubbish we are talking about. So why would people that don't even believe that a woman should lead, with that type of person want to give you protection? That type of person you want. We want to, the situation when I say, thank God it has happened to her. Say we told her not to do politics. When I started politics, I knew how long it took me before I started telling my extended family. My husband will just advise me, just keep it to yourself. Just be doing your thing. At the appropriate time, you will start telling them. And when I started telling people, a lot of people, different people were calling me for various meetings. When they saw that I was not ready to listen, and they will not come, people were coming with different revelation. I saw so thing, this. I became so, there are times I would just lie down on my bed. I said, so we call me, why not concentrate on your business? Hey, you want to, this your small age, you want to just leave this planet. Women, we are so afraid of death, they want to kill us. So, like during the election, you see people calling me, don't go out, don't do this, so, hey, don't, let them not come and shoot you, let them not come and do this, so, this. If everybody now has to lock themselves inside the house, what will happen? Today we are all celebrating Senator. We are celebrating our first lady. If she did not support the husband, would the husband be where he is today? Let's be honest. And we should stop listening to rumors. Because most times, the way we report this thing is not as bad as that. Nigerians, we have PhD in carrying rumors. You can just say that, oh, in Lagos, they've killed 10 women. Maybe we are planning to go and vote. When you hear that type of thing, you will go back. But if all of us will take this country, especially our security people, they are not security for a political party. It's security for all of us. All of us. As I said, they should give women positions in those security, like DSS, if a woman is on top. Police, a woman is on top. Do you think they will not protect women? They will.
Also, Honorable Felix Idowu, a political analyst and activist, says it is impossible for women not to get advances from men or be free totally from harassment, but women who get into politics must be focused and firm to the principles they believe in.
Country where, first of all, we have to understand our value. So the women that are going for election to cast their vote sometimes happen to find themselves in a wrong situation that will mislead, that will lead to that kind of stabbing, gunshot, and all that. But it goes beyond that. The women that goes into politics need to understand first the security aspect of politics. The security awareness of politics in the sense that before you go, you should know that when you are going to cast your vote, as soon as you cast your vote, you have to excuse the place. But some, because they want to monitor the counting process, they stay back. But even if you are staying back, you don't stay in the crowd. You distinguish yourself from those that are still voting. You stay aside waiting. After they do all the due process, if they want to do the counting process, they call them to come forward for it. But women often be a victim because some of them mingle with some bad people within the system. So that alone will lead to crisis. And somebody may say something that will trigger a lot of things. And because you are not in the same platform with those hoodlums, because you must see them in every polling unit. So women need to understand the security aspect of voting. When you're going for voting, first of all, when you cast your vote, you stay aside. You don't join those who want to interact, begin to discuss, say unnecessary things that will trigger one thing or the other. So you must know why you are going to vote. When you vote, you stay aside. First of all, must have the knowledge of security. You must equip yourself with personal security. When you equip yourself, you understand security. You can go out there, you do what they call sensitization to all women. Because the women need to know that it is your right to have a self-defense. So when you have your self-defense, you can go out. It will help enable the women to begin to come out. The reason why many women are drawing back is because they don't have the information, the knowledge of what they need to know about security. So I ask that they should be involved in the security, because it's not just for the men. You can't go to a community where they are killing everybody. Mostly, it's women they kill. Before the men could run into the situation, a lot of women has gone down. So women need to know what security look like. They need to have the information of security. Security is for you to have your self-defense first. If something happened, how did they intervene? So most of the civil society organization, I will appeal that they should begin to form alliance with the security agency to help in training or passing information to educate the women on self-defense, to enable them to go into politics and be involved. Politics is easy, but information is paramount. Most people don't get the right information of what they are going in there to do. That is why women go back home. But when they are fully aware that it is collective responsibility, they will come in and they will get it done.
Judging from the present reality of governance in the country, Honorable Idowu opines that women can bring to an end the problem of insecurity and ensure safety for themselves if they work to form a force that will challenge the government to make legislations that will give women equal access to head offices in the security affairs of Nigeria.
Throw such to you, you confront. Yeah, anybody throws such to you, you confront. I cannot look at you as a woman now because you came to my office for a favor or you want us to do some certain things. I will throw advances. I'll say, if you don't sleep with me, what you are looking for, you can't get it. To hell with me. If you can walk away from that and you put it before me, that whatever that transpired that you say, because you put it to me, I'll say it. Most women are scared of saying some certain things. That's why they compromise, because of some threats. But women need to, we have some dogged women who can look at you to the face and say, to hell with you. You can't take advantage of me. Because they know what they want. They are focused. So I ask that women should come into politics, go in there, take their decision. Somebody cannot just look at you and tell you, do this, you do it. You have to wait. Is this thing acceptable? If it's no, then you confront the person before the person and say, sir, I am not into politics to molest myself. I'm into this politics because we need to get it right. So if you continue like this, I will gather my women together, we'll bring you out. It will fix the brain of the person. It is only when you go in there and the person throw advances on you, you kept quiet, automatically you have accepted. You are only trying to process. So by the time you are choked, you could not say it out to anybody, nobody is there to advise you, then you do the wrong thing. But if you know what you intend to achieve, you discuss it with your friend or you throw it before the person and say, sir, please, I'm not in politics for such. If this happens to repeat themselves again, I will embarrass you. Then you wait for the next phase. If the man tries it again, say it before the people and say, this man is in. You can say whatever you will say to put his head together. Then you shouldn't compromise it. That won't make you a leader. Men have not seen a woman that can confront a man to the level where a man can be fixed. That is why they can hardly come to the level of leadership. But few of them are coming, which I'm seeing right now. Or will you tell me that somebody will look at the wife of the president and tell her nonsense? It's not possible. I could remember there was a battle between she and Dino Melai. And the woman confronted him and said, please, be careful. But look at, everybody's walking in his space. Everybody's walking in his space. Even in the house where husband and wife are, there's some certain decision a woman will take, the man will let it be. Because there is understanding. So if there is no understanding, some decision will not flow. So women that are coming into politics must stand their ground to be able to take the right decision for the interest of the people, not for them. So if it's for the interest of the people, then you can stand your ground and address the situation at that very point. So I only ask that they should be firm in whatever they do for the betterment of our country.
The agenda for female gender parity can only be achieved if women are aware that regardless of the viciousness that comes with politics, women who go into politics can be free from attacks, threats, or assassination. The International Foundation for Electoral Systems believes that violence against women in elections is a threat to the integrity of the electoral process and the quality of democracy because it coercively excludes women from having a voice in the political life and governance of your country. While all the barriers that stand against equal gender representation are often being discussed, the insecurity women encounter while vying for political offices or at a time when they need to exercise their franchise to vote for a preferred candidate must be discussed on campaigns, platforms, conferences, or meetings as much as other barriers are discussed. Many women who experience these violations do not talk about it. Instead, they shove it away as though it never happened. Keeping silent about harassment, physical abuse, and death threats only empower the perpetrator to do more, and consequently, young ladies who wish to embark into politics have nothing to learn on how to stay safe when insecurity rises. Women must speak out in the face of violations, intimidation, and abuse and must not be subjected to fear and hiding.